our eSymposium focused on maternal fetal immunity is really exciting because it is interdisciplinary, both in terms of content as well as the number of speakers from the diverse nations that are going to be represented at this symposium. While focused on sepsis, because this is such a huge public health problem, I think in light of the current COVID-19 pandemic, I think this symposium is unique in its timing and its ability to bring together investigators addressing diverse pathogens that can alter the outcome of pregnancy, the effects on the fetal development, on the neonate, and we are going to feature that, and we're going to feature those types of very timely discussions. I think, like everyone, I think what we are witnessing is we all bring to the scientific community different expertise, and many of us, while maybe not originally working with coronaviruses, shifted some of our research to join in the fight against this virus and to bring our expertise, in this case, pertaining to maternal and fetal immunity. I'm seeing that in some of the abstracts that have even been submitted for short talks. So I think, yes, we are going to see integration in this meeting of diverse pathogens, including SARS-CoV-2, and I've even seen some Zika. So it's exciting that it's going to be bringing together people who may not have always been brought together in scientific meetings. So we are bringing together expertise on maternal immunity, on the intersection and of maternal fetal immunity. We are bringing together placental biologists. We are bringing together clinicians, epidemiologists, and basic scientists working in everything from human populations to human samples to animal models of disease. And what's most exciting is that we are bringing together microbiologists with immunologists, with clinicians, with obstetric and gynecology faculty to come together to really address the interdisciplinary nature of this topic. And my hope is that we not only leave with knowledge, we leave with questions, and we leave with the possibility of maybe new collaborations that allow us to answer questions in new and novel ways. I love when you are frantically taking notes during talks, not just because you're making notes about the knowledge that you're gaining, but you're applying it in real time to things that you're working on and wondering how you can make new connections. And I love when you then are so motivated that almost right when a speaker ends, you're emailing them to say how much you enjoyed it. And could they please send you more literature, or could we please get on a call to talk so that you could share what you're working on to find, common threads. And I think that's what this meeting will do for us. I think it's going to allow us to find common threads across maybe some diverse areas of study. I'm joining you as a basic scientist. I'm joining you as a viral immunologist who wants to learn from clinicians, who wants to learn about other diseases outside of viruses, because I may learn a mechanism, I may learn about an outcome that I've neglected in our own studies, but that could be applicable. So I'm hoping that we do bring in viral immunologists. I'm hoping we do bring in microbiologists, bacteriologists who do have interests in maternal fetal immunity. And maybe most importantly, I hope that we are, in part because costs are low, in a virtual world, or they're lower in a virtual world than they are for in-person meetings, interested in learning more about is, I don't work in the world of sepsis. So I was thrilled when my friends and colleagues said, will you join us? Because they know I work with viruses, including Zika, including SARS-CoV-2 and influenza, all of which can have, for different reasons, some adverse effects on pregnancy outcomes. And I can't wait to learn from a field that has made more progress than we have with some of these viruses. I can't wait to learn from placental biologists. I can't wait to learn more about the immunity that even is transferred in breast milk. I think there are so many amazing researchers who go well beyond my work in viral immunology. And I'm just really looking forward to learning. And I'm so motivated by the number of abstracts that were submitted by junior investigators for short talks. I think that's where it makes me most excited, because it shows me how much diversity and breadth there is in this field and the future that this type of field has. I think we are going to leave with such a deep understanding of the immunology of pregnancy, from the maternal side to the placenta to the fetal side. And I think for too long, this has not been deeply studied. And you had pockets of people from around the world doing amazing work. And to be able to bring us all together, even virtually, into one place for several days to have deep discussions about maternal fetal immunity, I think is going to be amazing. And so I think I perceive this meeting, and we all may differ, but I perceive this meeting less about technological advances and much more about advancing our knowledge, and having us leave with understanding what we know a lot about and where there are gaps, meaning where we can all go back to our respective labs and our respective clinics, our respective populations from around the world, and ask really meaningful questions that we feel confident other people want to know the answer to. I am so hopeful that this really attracts a very robust population of junior investigators, whether these are junior faculty or whether these are trainees, be it fellows or students. I am unbelievably hopeful that this makes this meeting, this Keystone meeting, more affordable to junior people to join us. So I absolutely think the virtual format, there are many benefits. And one of them being, I even look at the diversity of my colleagues who we work together to organize this, and how challenging it can be to get all of us into a room together. It's no small feat with international meetings, and it's easier. And I'm seeing, even in the abstracts that were submitted for short talks, I've never seen so much international diversity, including from countries that are not always well represented, in places like South America, which to me is so exciting, because the impact of disease on maternal fetal immunity and pregnancy outcomes are occurring in diverse places. And to be able to engage investigators from around the world, I think it is considerably easier, including in terms of the expense, to bring in people from other countries into this virtual format. And just, I do think that representation, it's important. I think that kind of international diversity and diverse thought, it can change perspective. It can change how we approach maybe even our experimental designs or the kinds of questions we ask.